I see so many students in online groups, communities referring to interview experiences, visa preparation material from 2022, 2023. Guys, all this is completely outdated. US F1 visa process is different now. Lot has changed in the last 1 year, more rules, more scrutiny. So, this video is going to give you a checklist of 7 important things that you must know. Many of these are new developments, and knowing this will ensure that you don't face any unpleasant surprises or delays in your visa process. So, let's get into it. Hi guys, I'm a US visa coach. I've been doing this for 5 years now, and I work with thousands of students helping them get to the US by clearing that last mile. That's your DS-160 form, your interview prep, and your mocks. You'll see a ton of useful content right here on YouTube. Also, do take a look at the description box. There's more. Plus, one thing that I highly recommend is to join our Fall 2026 WhatsApp community, because in this community we have regular updates, webinars, plus you'll get to interact with other students who are going for the same intake. So let me start with my 7-point checklist, and the number 1 on my agenda is the biggest and the most shocking update. The 1-year rule if you have a visa refusal. Yes, you heard it right. If your visa gets refused, then you will have to wait for 1 year to get the next slot. This is 100% true. It's not a rumor. I have seen it happen from the last 1.5 years. If your F1 visa gets refused, you have to wait for 1 year to get the next slot, which means that if you have a refusal in fall 2026, your next attempt will be fall 2027. So many times students message me after a rejection and they tell me that I got my visa rejected today. What should I do now? I want to start my preparation. I want to book my slot. And this is a really sad situation for the student and also for me, because there's literally nothing we can do at that point in time. We have to wait for 1 year for that student to give his next attempt. So, if you're planning to apply for fall 2026, I would highly recommend to take this attempt extremely seriously and give it in a way that I have to get through it this time. Bro, I'm just going to give an attempt this time. Let's see how it goes. And this does not just apply to F1. This 1-year rule is also applicable for other student visa categories like F-2, J1, J2, M1, and M2. So, if you're thinking that I'm going to give an attempt, I'll see how it goes. Next time on the topic of visa slots is my next checklist. Visa slots have opened early this year. So last week we booked 3 F1 visa appointments, all for fall 2026. So this year visa slots have started opening early, which means that they probably might also get sooner. So if you have your I-20, do not delay. Start the process. Get your DS-160 form filled, reviewed, and book your visa slot and continue to the interview preparation. The best timing to wrap up the FN visa appointments are typically around May or June, because we see that towards the end of the intake, the rejection rates are always higher. So do not be complacent if you have your funding, your I-20 in place. There is literally no reason why you should not start your visa process and complete it as soon as you can. The next item on my checklist is really important, especially for all the Gen Z student. Do not overuse technology in your entire visa process. The US Embassy is highly averse to use of any kind of technology automation bots. So the use of bots for booking an appointment is an absolute no. Your appointment might just get canceled, and Embassy has done it earlier. About a year back, they canceled thousands of appointments because they were all booked by bots. And number 2, be very careful with the use of ChatGPT for your DS-160 form and for your answers. Answers which look extremely perfect, polished, framed like an expert, will raise suspicion to the visa officer, and it has happened before. Your answers and your responses need to be natural, genuine. It needs to connect back to your profile and to what you have done in the past. And this is exactly one of the things that we focus really hard on when we fill the DS-160 form and prepare students for the interview. So use technology for your preparation, but let it not replace the work that you have to put in. The next biggest change which has happened is social media screening. Social media screening is now mandatory for student visas. So if your visa is approved, the officer will first check all your social media profiles and then only issue you the visa. Check all those accounts. Make sure that there's nothing which threatens national security and then only issue you the visa. Even if your visa is approved, you will get a 221G slip, and they will tell you to keep your social media accounts public. Congratulations, your visa is approved. Welcome to the United States. I'm keeping your passport and refusing you under 221. Here's the slip. Make sure all your accounts are kept public. One of our students once told me, congratulations. Well, that's the situation now. There is no direct approval. It will be a 221. And this social media screening starts from your DS-160 form. You need to declare all your social media handles. Declare it correctly, and of course keep it public. We have an entire video which explains how to do this social media declaration accurately so that you don't face any 221G delays. So, do check out this video after you're done watching this one. The next item on my checklist is a super important one. It's about the DS-160 form. There is so much to talk about the DS-160 that I'm going to make a full-fledged video on it for sure. But to put things into perspective here, this is the form that the visa officer is going to look at when he talks to you in the interview. And this is literally the only form that you're going to submit in the entire process. So, there are few things to know about the DS-160 form. Number 1, DS-160 form need not be submitted to book your appointment. This is a mistake I see so many students make. They first spend a lot of time perfecting the DS-160 form, then they go to book the appointment. Well, if you do it this way, you're going to lose precious time and probably miss booking the appointment. India is one country where you have the flexibility of starting the DS-160 form and the appointment process parallelly. Both can be done together. You can submit the DS-160 form later. The only thing you need to take care is that the DS-160 form does not expire, because if it expires, then the appointment booked will not be valid. And how do you ensure that you log into the DS-160 form every 2 to 3 days, toggle through the sections, make some changes so that the form knows that you're keeping it active? So my suggestion would be to start the DS-160 form, take your time in reviewing it, filling it, keep it active, and parallelly start the appointment booking process. We have an entire video which explains this sequence of steps. Do take a look at it. The second important information about DS-160 form is that even if you have filled and submitted a form and your biometric is not done, then you can fill another DS-160 form and get it updated in biometric. Again, this is a flexibility that we have in India, that DS-160 forms are being updated at biometric. So let's say that you filled a form and you realize there are some errors. Fill a new form because it's so important, and take the old and the new confirmation page and get it updated at Biome. And third, and this is really important, DS-160 form cannot be changed after biometric. I cannot tell you the number of times we have students coming to us after biometric asking us for a review and changes in the DS-160 form. And again, it's a really sad situation for us to be in because we cannot do anything. If your biometric is done, the DS-160 form is locked, information is sealed, and no changes can be done. So, be extremely careful. Keep in mind that your biometric is your cutoff date for making any changes in the DS-164. If you're still here, still watching this video, do give it a thumbs up and let me know which university you're targeting to go in fall 2026. Also, we help in the entire process. So, right from slot booking to DS-160 form review, interview prep, and mock, we are here to take you through the entire U.S. visa process. You'll find details of all the services in the description box below. So, do take a look. You can also DM me on Instagram and Instagram handlers at shashi.mmal, or contact us on the WhatsApp number mentioned below if you have any more questions. So far we discussed the changes on the policy and the process side. Now we have 2 changes on the interview side. First one is importance of the university. So the importance of a university has shot up significantly in the last 1 to 1.5 years, and I would say that the university is the single most important factor in a visa approval or a visa denial. Just last week we released a video on university selection. And in this video, we gave a free checklist which categorized the universities and told you what are the approval chances of it. Many students saw the checklist and reached back to us telling us that my university is in Category 3. What does this mean? Well, do go through this checklist and see which column your university falls under and clearly understand what are the pros and cons of that particular category. And I feel right now you're in a place where you still might have some options. You still might have some time to figure out a best admit. So it's really important to make a good decision about the university because a right decision made at this time will make the rest of the process smoother and easier for you. The seventh thing on my checklist is something I wish I didn't have to say it, but as a visa coach, I need to tell you this. The rejection rates are quite high. There was a time in 2021-22 where visas were handed out easily. Students could give multiple attempts, but that's no longer the case. We are in an era where it is one interview per year, and that interview is crucial, and you will be scrutinized in that interview. So the officers are looking at the university. The consistency of your profile is your bachelor's, your experience, your master's aligning. Is there really a reason for you to study? They're looking at your funding very, very closely, and also your communication through your DS-160 form and your answer. And everything has to come together really well for a visa approval. So it's a team effort. It's an effort from all fronts to get a visa. And I would say that profiles which have gaps, double masters, long years of experience, or any gaps in the education will be scrutinized and will be questioned more. Now, all this is not to discourage you and tell you that you know you cannot get a visa. You can still get a visa, but you need to work hard for it, and that's something you have to accept. So if you're in for fall 2026, you have to be in 100%. You have to be ready to put in the effort. Keep updating yourself. Keep improving yourself. And that's the way to work towards the visa. And we are here to help you through the entire process. So you will see a dedicated playlist for fall 2026. Keep following this playlist. Also, join our WhatsApp group to interact closely with me and with other students, and check all the links in the description box. There are tons of free resources for you which are updated and relevant. Plus, there are also ways in which you can prepare one tune with me. I have the experience of working with students, many of them with complicated profiles, multiple rejections, and I can help you with your DS-160 form, with your interview prep, and taking the mocks to make sure that you're perfect. Particularly for fall 2026, we have two paths. One is the 7-day. 7-day is our flagship program. This is something that we release every student season. And I would say this is the most stress-free way to prepare because this starts with understanding your profile, analyzing it, completing the DS-160 form as per that proper structured answers which are natural and yet cover all the main points, and then multiple mocks to bring you to that confidence and the comfort level. And we also have a shorter version of the 7-day that's called the core package, and this consists of the DS-160 review, the interview prep, and the mock. So details of all the good stuff is right below. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below, DM me on Instagram, or interact with me in our WhatsApp community. Signing off for now. I hope that these 7 checklists have brought you up to date, up to speed with the US visa process. And we have more content coming up for you. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.